I am quite pleasant. I'd like to talk about the new photos that we've got of the Yeezy 3, or the Yeezy 750 Boost, or Yeezy YZY Boost coming out from Adidas. And, so we got the countdown clock on the YeezySupply.com or whatever it is. It just shows a countdown with some, it's like sewing or something kind of, it's like toilet paper being spun. Just go to YeezySupply.com and you'll see what I'm talking about. It's right there. The countdown's on. We got about 2 days and 15 hours or something to go. That it's counting down to, I suppose, to release the shoe. But anyways, my first initial thoughts when I looked at it was like, eh. You have to understand that the Yeezy 2 was such a, and I don't care what I mean. The Yeezy 2 is an awesome shoe. I'm sorry. I know that a lot of people are like, oh, you're a hype beast and into the hype of the shoe, and really not. I really looked at that shoe. I have the Solar Reds, and I have inspected that shoe and looked at it and contemplated that shoe, and I get lost in that shoe, and I believe that was one of my statements in a previous video where I just look at it and I get lost in the dang thing. The thing is, it truly is a great shoe, the Yeezy 2. So the bar was set pretty high with that shoe. So when I saw the pictures of the new Yeezy 3, the Boost, initially I was like, you know what I believe is missing from it is the Nike affiliation. I'm sorry. He should have just stayed with Nike. I can understand a business company, and a lot of egos when money is involved and ego is involved, and power is involved. I can understand that. And Kanye West has been notorious for having a huge ego, and that's fine. That's why we all like Kanye. It's because he gives it where, he puts his money where his mouth is. He runs his mouth a lot, but he can back it up. And they say, oh, you love Kanye and stuff. Well, yeah, I think he's the most interesting dude out there in music right now, honestly. In major pop music, he's doing the most interesting things. His albums are good. I listened to a Kanye West album, and it doesn't sound like any of the other rap albums. It doesn't sound like a Lil Wayne album or something like that. It's interesting. It's an interesting approach towards a genre that's been kind of out for like 3 decades now, and it's gotten old, and Kanye's putting something new in there, and making it fresh and relevant. Regardless of his music or whether you like the guy or not, let's talk about the shoes. Now, I've looked at these things from the pictures that everybody's seen so far, and my attitude has changed towards them too. I can dig these things. I can learn to really dig these things. Just a very, very smart marketer. The guy is brilliant when it comes to marketing. Is truly brilliant. He knows the supply and demand aspect of it very well. He knows exactly when to drop little hints in there, and I don't know. There's just a fever pitch around him. And am I into the hype? Maybe. I'm trying to take the most unbiased approach towards do I like the shoe or not. That I can. It's almost like I have to see them in person, and I have to hold a pair in person to get the view of it. And of course, a lot of people are, I hate it, I hate this, because there's, of course, there's haters out there, and haters are going to hate, and that's what haters do. But I think I will be trying to get some of these shoes when they drop. Most definitely will I be getting the Yeezy 3, the Boost. I've only seen the grays, and a lot of people said they didn't like the colorway. I personally like them. I like the colorway. Seeing them in person is a different story, of course. One thing is that the leather looks really good on them. people would call them like a boot. It's a soft-looking boot. Yeah, um, it's a high-top sneaker, you know, which resembles a boot anyways. You look at the high Jordans, the Jordan 1s, I mean, they're a high top, they look like a boot. Put a certain colorway on a Jordan 1, it looks like a boot. Um, these Command Force, these Nike Command Force that came out not too long ago, the ones like Billy Hoyles and, then the black version of the Billy Hoyles. I was really wanting to get a pair of those, and still might. I don't know. They've kind of already came and gone. I don't like the red. I think the all red shoe has kind of been done to death. When the Red October dropped last year, around this time last year, in March or whatever, everything was red, and which is a cool idea. Making an all red shoe. Who would have thunk it? And who would have thunk that making an all-red shoe would create such a fever pitch amongst people and be so, inspirational to other, models of shoes that were coming out in an all-red colorway. The Yeezy colorway of the solar red and the glow-in-the-dark green. Nike's been using that a lot, capitalizing off of that colorway off of when Kanye West left. So. Nike. I like Adidas. I've never not liked Adidas, but there's something about Nike that it's something that I don't know. It goes way back when I was a kid. The Jordan was the new thing. Jordan was the man when it came to basketball. Still is, if you ask me. Kobe is he's as good as Jordan. I already said it. And I mean, as far as like saying that he's as good as Jordan, then yeah, he's as good on the court as Jordan. And LeBron, I would say, is as good as Jordan on the court. I'm sure I'm going to get a ton of comments or disagreements with that. But to finish that, Jordan was more cutting edge. I mean, he blazed the path. He set the bar pretty darn high of what you could do in sports in general, and the marketing around the Nike relationship that Jordan had with Nike is very reminiscent to the Kanye relationship with Nike. The fact that one person can sell a large amount of shoes and create a huge hype. But when I was a kid, you could go into Foot Locker and buy Jordans. They restocked them. It's been a very wise decision on Nike's part to have limited releases and fuel this reselling type thing that's going on different markets, eBay primarily. But guarantee that these Yeezys, and it's debated right now. There's a lot of speculation going out there on the internet right now. A lot of people's talking about this, but saying that it's a general release. Some are saying it's going to be a GR, and I highly doubt that it will be a general release shoe. It may. I don't think if I was in charge of releasing it, I would choose not to do a general release. I believe that a lot more money would be made if it was a limited release, because that is just the nature of the elusive Yeezy shoe. That's worked. It's tried and true. I believe if they made a general release, different colorways, you can go onto the website anytime in Adidas and be able to buy a pair of Yeezys. I just don't think they'll be that sought after at all. So, but going back to, do I like the shoe? Yeah, I like the shoe. I do. I think it's interesting. I think it's definitely not an athletic type shoe. But come on, you're gonna go play basketball in Yeezys? I mean, come on. They are what they are. They're a fashionable shoe. They're for wearing out in town. And that's, make no mistake about that. Yeah, I like the shoe, and I would like to get a pair of those. So, yet to see the solar red colorway that I've been hearing about. Um, but I like the gray. I think the gray looks good. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Excited to see. So if I get a pair, I'll definitely do a review.